All right, guys, what's up, Tree Service fam? Hope everybody's doing well. I've got an error here on my streaming device, so I want to make sure it's actually showing up live. Let me refresh my Facebook page and just see if I see it. If I do, we'll continue. If not, I'll have to start over. Yes, it looks like we're live, even though there's an error in my software here. Okay, hope everybody's having a great week. Happy Wednesday, 12 o'clock high noon Eastern time. Just wanted to do a quick video and really stress the importance on this weekly Grow Show Live for this particular video, really stress the importance of quickly answering the phone from new calls coming in from the consumers, looking for tree services, answering those phone calls live on Google Ads, your main phone number, Nextdoor ads, Facebook ads, email marketing, text marketing, all those different types of lead sources as they come in, the grave importance of answering the phone live, or at least getting back with anybody that fills out your contact form within just a few minutes. And I want to show you some staggering data, some details. This was on the Harvard Business Review. And it's going to be more important going into the fall and the winter season, because if you get leads and they start decreasing slightly as far as the percentage of leads you get, the percentage of calls you get from the summer going into the fall and winter, it's going to be highly important that you're responsive and that you take these calls live. So I just want to make sure you guys understand the importance of that. And I want to show you some data, fact-based data that was generated by a third-party data company. Let me go ahead and present this. I'll show you. And that way you can see. All right. And I just shared this slide. Let me make sure you guys can see this here. This is basically the best practices for lead response management. And this was done by InsideSales.com several years ago. And it still rings true today, right? There's no expiration date on these types of things. If you're really managing your leads properly, you're going to get better results. And I wanted to show you this because hopefully it opens your eyes as to, like, I really need to answer these phone calls live, because if I don't, it's a 90% chance after 10 minutes, I'm not going to get these people back on the phone. I'm not going to get them to schedule the appointment. And I just want to show you the data here. So this was actually posted in the Harvard Business Review several years ago, I think 2017, 16, 17, something like that. We examined 3 years of data across many companies that responded to web-generated leads. So people that, find you on Google search, Bing search, Yahoo search, wherever they're searching, and give you a call for tree services, for an estimate. This was from over 15,000 unique leads. So it wasn't a hoax. It wasn't a coincidence. It's definitely facts-based data, because it was so many people that they actually tested, and over 100,000 call attempts. So they focused on one question with this data. And the focus was, how should companies respond to their leads, right? Phone, text, how does it look? The mission was to maximize the results from the leads they're already getting. Because sometimes you, as a tree service business or a home service business, don't really have a lead problem. Like, you have plenty of leads coming in. It's just that there's not a systematic way to answer those phone calls live and lead that person, that consumer, that potential customer, to schedule an appointment. And if you can do that more effectively and actually, more importantly, answer the phone call live, it's going to really reduce down the amount of no-shows, no calls, and you can't get in touch with the lead type thing. So they focused on one question: how should companies respond to their leads? And the mission was to maximize results and minimize the effort, right? Many of the results in this study are based on first call attempts, indicating how to get the job done right the first time. So best days to make calls. Let's say you get a slew of calls over the weekend, or you get a bunch of them on Monday or whatnot. You call, you can't get people back on the phone. Well, they said here, basically, contacts made from first dials, the best days to make contact were going to be Wednesday and Thursday. Your percentage chance of getting somebody on the phone Wednesday or Thursday after maybe a second, third, fourth call attempt or text, whatever, is going to go up by 20 or 30% on Wednesday and Thursday. And that kind of makes sense. If you think about Monday, things are pretty chaotic. You're just getting back into work or your office or your home life. Weekends finished up. Kids are back in school for the week. And, it's just busy. You get a lot of things on a to-do list to check off. And then Tuesday rolls around, kind of same thing. You're still getting back into the swing of things. Wednesday and Thursday, people are starting to kind of get excited about the weekend coming up. So they're going to probably be more enticed to take that call. But Tuesday versus Thursday, 49% difference in being able to get that contact, that lead, potential customer on the phone. According to similar graphs, Wednesdays and Thursdays are the best days to qualify leads. So the best days to actually get them on the phone and talk to them. So this is data that was posted in the Harvard Business Review several years ago. Number two, the best times to make contact. So qualifying rates of early afternoon versus late afternoon, there's 164% difference. So contacts made from first dials, it shows here that, at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's just not going to be a great 8 o'clock in the morning, and 9 o'clock in the morning, you got a higher percentage chance than the middle of the day, but that's still the second best time to call the leads back. You could still attempt it and then maybe wait till the afternoon between 4 and 5 p.m. as indicated here to give them a call again. So you can see here in the mornings, a lot of times people are like scheduling their day out. They got appointments, doctors, different things like that. And so you can see it drastically reduces as the day goes down. And then the best time to call after all of that happens, all the smoke clears during the day of everything you're doing all day, then people usually pick up the phone at 4 to 5 to 6 p.m. in the late afternoon. So that's good information to know because you can get people on the phone more often, a higher percentage chance, higher clip later in the day than you would be in the middle of the day, because the middle of the day, people are just swamped. They got things they're doing, errands to run, again, doctor's appointments, car appointments, all kinds of stuff. So it's best early in the morning or late in the afternoon. And response time, this is the one that I want to make sure we really hit home because a lot of people are getting tons of leads, but they're not getting everybody on the phone or scheduling the appointments. So let me just show you this. And this makes a lot of sense. It's exactly what we see with our automated text and phone call follow-ups with leads that come through our clients' websites and landing pages and things like that. So here's what happens here. Here's a response time. You want to get them while they're hot, right when they come in. This is a very staggering graph. I want you to see this. So out of 10,000 leads, the best time to respond was within 5 minutes. If you have 10,000 leads, 9,000 times, so 90% of the time, you're going to get them on the phone right after they submit that form if you do it within 5 minutes. So a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, you're going to get them on the horn. You're going to be able to talk to them. And what that does is it decreases their chances, decreases your chances of them going down the line and calling the next 5 tree companies that don't answer the phone, right? So if they filled out your contact form and you call them or they call you and you call them right back within just a few minutes, 90% chance you're going to get them on the horn if you do it within 5 minutes. Check this out though. If you wait another 5 minutes, then it drastically decreases, right? So then if you wait 10 minutes, look at this. If you wait another 5 minutes, you wait 10 minutes, they're already up. They're off their computer or off their phone and they're moving around. They're doing something else. They kind of have put that form submission that they submitted on your website on the back burner. They've sort of putting it out of their mind for a minute. So they're doing something else. Then there's an 80% lower chance you're going to get them on the phone. Look at that after 10 minutes. So if you do it within the first 5 minutes, you're going to get 90% of them on the phone. Go down to 10 minutes and after, it is just staggeringly low percentage chance you're going to get them on the phone, at least on the first call back. You need to probably follow up with them several times. But even after 15 minutes, look at that. So you've only got a 20% chance to get them on the phone after the first 10 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, you've only got like a 5% chance to get them back on the phone. So text marketing is key in these situations because people do check their text messages periodically. They don't check their phone and they don't listen to voicemails a lot. I know that from experience. And I get a lot of spam calls as well. So people are really weary of phone calls coming in. They don't recognize the phone number. So you got to look at that right there. So make sure you have a text marketing solution. Those are 98% open rate, and people look at those text messages every day, so you get more impressions of your business as well because it sits at the top of their inbox in their text message on their phone until they get enough text messages coming in from friends and family or whatever that push it down. But until then, they're going to see it every day. Oh, there's that lead, there's that response from the tree company. I got to give them a call. And they finally will call as long as they continue to get followed up with. But you can see that. That's crazy, right? So get them while they're hot. And if you get them while they're hot, right when they come in, you have a 90% chance of talking and speaking with that lead, which is going to further increase your chance of getting that job. More importantly, get the appointment so you can go out and give them an estimate, talk to them, build that rapport, and then get that business, once they move forward with the job. So that's really, honestly, is just like the most staggering one there. After 5 minutes, it goes all the way down. If you wait 10 minutes to call them back, you've only got a 20% chance. That's crazy. But that's just the way it works, right? People are moving. They're constantly going from point A to point B to point C, and they just forget what they did 10, 15 minutes ago. So got to get them quick. Persistence is the next name of the game. And that's going to be, really following up with folks consistently. So the first call, you might have a 20% chance, 30% chance of getting them on the phone. The second call, they see the number again. Okay, this number's called me a second time. The third time, this number's called me a third time. I need to start probably thinking about picking it up because now they're calling a lot. You can see the percentage chance of getting them to answer the phone continues to increase the more callbacks you give them. So text messaging and calling, if you do that multiple times, they will generally end up picking up because now they see the number. They probably researched that number and know that's probably you calling after they've looked it up and come to the conclusion, oh, this is probably that tree company calling me back. I need to answer it now, schedule that appointment. But you can see most people do one call, maybe two calls, and then they stop. But if you'll see, if you do the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth calls, you're going to drastically increase your chance of getting that person on the phone and booking that appointment. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, guys, in revenue. If you look at that, if you get people on the phone, this could be the result of getting 2 people on the phone and scheduling the appointment versus if you follow up several more times with everybody, getting 6 or 8 more people on the phone to schedule more appointments. I mean, those appointments and those jobs with tree service, I mean, look at your average invoice over a month or 2 months, right? Usually 1,100, 1,500, 1,900. Those are the numbers we get generally from our clients. And so if you're missing out on, a handful of jobs because you're not following up enough with each lead or calling them back quickly, that's tens of thousands of dollars in missed revenue that you could have gotten. So I just wanted to make sure I show you guys this. So response audit, just make sure you go through your website form leads, landing page form leads, wherever your leads are coming in from, Facebook, Nextdoor, wherever, and just make sure you're getting them. They're coming in and you have a process with your office, with your staff to call those people back immediately after you get that email form lead. I mean, immediately put everything down and just call these people back. That's going to ensure you have a more booked out calendar than a lower booked out calendar. So the most common method was the first response was email, right? But 77% of all the leads that were submitted, 77% never received a phone call. So you got to call people, you got to text people. I think these days, since this is a little older from 2016, 2017, I think these days the text message marketing is more important than ever because people do check text message. So that's going to be a big deal. If you got any questions below, comment below this video. Even if the video is finished and you're watching it later, comment below. Let us see what you're seeing out there. Let us know. If you're watching it on YouTube, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got plenty more videos coming up. But if you have any comments, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, comment. We come back and check these and we'll answer your question. But it's staggering, right? If you see this data, you really got to be Johnny on the spot with answering the phone or calling people back, or else it's just 80, 90% likely that you're not going to get them on the phone afterwards. And so only 28% of leads were first responded to by phone, even though calls have higher response rates and are more likely to turn into a sale. So most people are avoiding calling leads back. I would say nowadays texting is very, very important as well. So the optimal response time is going to be 5 minutes, right? If you can call people back, text people back within a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or have automations in place like we do. When somebody submits a form on your website, they get an immediate text message. Hey, we're going to be giving you a call very shortly. Please stand by for our call. Thanks so much. And that way they know you're calling, so they're less likely to call down the line on your competitors in your local market. So just make sure you're persistent, with calling people back. If they booked that appointment or submitted that form, they've got a reason they did that. So sometimes they're just busy, can't answer the phone, something popped up. So if you keep calling them, keep touching them. If you have them on an email newsletter once a month, it'll bring them back 2 weeks later sometimes because the email, goes out and they get one of your educational email newsletters. Oh, that's right, this company, I got to call them back to schedule that appointment. Or you have text message automation, same thing, text message incentives to your customer database a couple times a quarter. That also gets a lot of these people coming back. So I just thought this was highly important, highly timely, as we move into the fall. You want to make sure you're very responsive to leads that do come through to ensure that you get the most appointments and the most juice out of the squeeze for your leads and your marketing. So I just want to make sure I shared that with you guys today and kind of got that rolling for you. And just wanted to say, if you guys have any questions, post it in the comment below on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel. We got another couple podcast episodes coming up soon that I think you're going to love. And we'll see you on the next video. If you any more information, just go to treeservicedigital.com. Happy to help. Thanks so much.